The Adventures of Dragon Wojtek on the Island of Order. Once upon a time, in a land full of magic and wonders, there lived a little dragon named Wojtek. Wojtek was a very curious dragon who loved to fly through the skies and visit various islands. One day, during one of his adventures, Wojtek stumbled upon a mysterious island called the Island of Order. The Island of Order was an extraordinary place. Everything on the island was in its proper place. Houses were clean, gardens well tended, and paths always tidy. The island's inhabitants were very polite and took great care of their surroundings. Wojtek was delighted by how everything was neat and organized. However, Wojtek had one flaw. He didn't like to clean up after himself. He always left his toys scattered around, and when he ate, food scraps were left everywhere. When the island's inhabitants noticed how Wojtek behaved on their island, they began to worry. They knew that if Wojtek didn't learn to take care of order, the island would cease to be as beautiful and well kept. One day, while Wojtek was playing on the beach, an elder dragon named Ignacy approached him. Ignacy was a wise and experienced dragon who knew all the secrets of the Island of Order. "Hello, Wojtek," said Ignacy. "I see you're having a great time, but have you noticed that you're leaving a mess behind?" Wojtek looked at the scattered toys and food scraps and shrugged. "I don't like cleaning," he replied. "It's boring and tiring." Ignacy smiled and sat down next to Wojtek. "I understand that cleaning might seem dull, but do you know why order is so important?" Ignacy told Wojtek the story of how the Island of Order became so beautiful and well kept. "Long ago, the island was covered in chaos. The inhabitants didn't care for their surroundings, and everything was in disarray. One day, a magical fairy appeared and promised that if the inhabitants learned to care for order, the island would become the most beautiful place in the world." Wojtek listened with interest. "And what happened next?" he asked. "The inhabitants began to clean up after themselves, take care of their homes and gardens. Over time, the island transformed beyond recognition. It became a place where everyone wanted to live and visit. Thanks to this, everyone was happy and healthy." Wojtek began to ponder Ignacy's words. He decided to try cleaning up after himself, even if just for one day. When he finished playing on the beach, he gathered all his toys and threw the food scraps into the trash. The next day, the island's inhabitants noticed a change in Wojtek's behavior. They were very pleased and praised him for his effort. Wojtek felt proud of himself and decided to continue cleaning up after himself. After a few days, Wojtek realized that cleaning wasn't so bad after all. Thanks to it, his surroundings were clean and pleasant, and he felt better himself. The island's inhabitants were very grateful to Wojtek for his efforts and decided to organize a special surprise for him. One evening, when Wojtek returned to his home, he saw that the island's inhabitants had prepared a grand feast for him. There was delicious food, music, and dancing. Wojtek was very happy and understood that taking care of order brings many benefits. From that day on, Wojtek always took care of order. He learned that cleaning up after himself not only makes the surroundings beautiful, but also makes everyone happier. The inhabitants of the Island of Order were proud of Wojtek and happy that he became part of their community. As Wojtek lay in his bed and looked at the stars, he thought about everything he had learned on the Island of Order. He understood that taking care of one's surroundings is important, not only for oneself, but also for others. He knew that thanks to this, everyone could live in harmony and happiness. The Adventures of Dragon Wojtek on the Island of Order show how important it is to take care of one's surroundings. Thanks to this, everyone can live in harmony and happiness. Wojtek learned that cleaning up after oneself brings many benefits and makes life better. I hope that you, dear reader, will understand how important it is to take care of order and will care for your surroundings, just like Dragon Wojtek.